Well, thank you, Kimberly. And I am so excited to have all of you joining us. And I am so thrilled for us to meet Anumeha. And I'm so happy to meet you. And I just want to tell you that I am really looking forward to hearing you, because what you're talking about is something that I personally need a great deal of. So, tell me, how did you, what, what kind of a journey did you have to get you to where you are now?
Hmm. So thank you for asking, Elaine. And I'm very happy to meet you too. Um, my journey is basically with anger myself, right?
Uh-huh.
Even as a child, I noticed that there were some few days in a month where I used to feel very sad, actually.
Hmm.
And so sad, I felt like crying, and I never understood why. Um, but I used to get angry also at times and sad at times. And at that time, I did not know that anger is a messenger. And
Oh,
it,
okay.
so whenever we get angry, it's just a symptom, and we need to dig deeper to understand why we are getting angry. And it could be sadness, it could be we were humiliated or we have fear. So as a child, also, I noticed that I had all these emotions I didn't understand. And when I became a mother of two children,
Mm.
they seemed to be pushing all the wrong buttons for me. And I showed up in ways I never wanted to.
How old are they
And
now?
they are now 15 and 11,
Oh, that'll push a lot of buttons anyway.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But this is few years back when I realized
Huh?
that my anger is not helping anyone.
Mm-hmm.
And I was getting triggered more and more often. And it was so bad for me that when I got really triggered, my hand had a life of its own. And I had to throw something somewhere, just to calm down. Only then I would calm down. It was so bad. And it's almost like I know in my head that I shouldn't be doing this and I should be calming down and I should be counting to 10. But I would not till I haven't thrown something. And I got really good at choosing what to throw and where to aim.
I love it. You are a rock star, girlfriend.
But I knew it was not healthy for anyone to see me like that and to be like that. And then all the guilt that follows. That
Mm.
guilt is too heavy. It's too heavy. I don't want to spend my life feeling so heavy.
Huh. So now that you experienced that, you've got a lot of incredible training, and I know that you've studied Ayurveda, and but working with parents seems to be a sweet spot for you, which of course is your journey. And your experience is the greatest certification authority to do that. I have a theory that I live by, in that it's don't let anybody tie your laces that has not walked in your shoes.
Mm.
So the experience that you bring, so how do you work with parents? You talk about that tiny little voice inside of us. How do you work with parents to get a handle of their anger and forgive and start to let some of it go?
Mm. Thank you for asking. That's such a good question, right? Um, I use a modality called Theta Healing now for most of my clients.
Mm-hmm.
And what I do is I ask them with the most recent time when they got triggered. And we take that as the
Hmm.
starting point. And using that, we trace down to the first time they had the same feeling. For example, like just yesterday, if they had a fight with their spouse, and I asked them to close their eyes and feel the emotions that came up for them and where were they in the body. And very interestingly, they'll either feel it in their heart or their gut,
The gut, right?
right? Or sometimes they even feel it on their head and they start
Mm-hmm.
getting a headache.
Yep.
And when they feel that, I ask them when was the first time they felt it, the same emotion, and invariably they go back to their childhood.
Hmm. So
So
do you
once
have, go ahead. No, go ahead.
so once we understand where it's coming from, the starting point of it, then using theta healing, we understand what they got out of that situation, what they learned from it. They get the juice out of it. Even if it's a very difficult experience, we still learn something. We get that out of it, and then we are able to release it.
Wow. So why are so many women angry today?
Hmm. So I found out, and this is in my learnings with a Vedic monk,
Right.
that when patriarchy came to power, so many women were subjugated and traumatized,
Yes.
and they didn't have a voice, and they held that trauma in the womb.
Oh my goodness. Oh wow. Everybody else getting some light bulbs with me? If you're getting a light bulb from this, put yes in the chat. I just got a big light bulb. Oh, come on, sister, tell us more.
Yeah.
So you're
Thank you,
telling me we
everyone, for
literally
responding. I
carry
love
that?
that.
So you're telling me that um women literally carry that anger in the womb and this is how it passes on?
Exactly.
Wow.
And if I can add here,
Please, please.
when that hand used to have the power, and I used to go get so mad, it was not just me getting angry, all the women who came before me. Almost they were behind me, my ancestors, and the whole power came in my hand. The hand which could not be raised for all these generations was raised with my anger.
Wow. So how does this anger affect us and our future generations? How can we stop it? Are we the generation that's now doing work with women like you coming forward? Is this like a turning point in history where, now we're in a point in a time I feel that more and more women are stepping into their power, are finding their voice. Look how many people we have a full house here with you. And these are women who maybe I know personally I find some challenges standing in my own light, standing in my own strength, and you're giving us kind of an understanding, kind of for me, not to feel guilty about it anymore. But is this like a point in history or where we are that there's so much work being done now that the possibility of breaking some of these cycles? Are you seeing some of that?
Absolutely, Elaine, absolutely right. So, as per the Vedic tradition, we have four yugas. You can say yugas loosely translates to like eras in a way, eras, okay? So, right now we are in the fourth era, which is the fourth yuga, Kali Yuga. And Kali Yuga means the yuga of Kali, goddess Kali. So, this is the time the divine feminine power is rising in all of us.
Oh, I didn't know any of that, but it just feels this is what's going on in the universe.
Yes, absolutely. So, this is our time to claim our power. We are not victims at all. We are the Shakti.
Can you give us some tips on how little things that we can do to tap into
Mm.
that and kind of break this?
Okay. I think the first thing I would do is Stop feeling bad if we are angry and understand that it is a messenger and there's
Mm,
work to be
I love,
done.
I love this.
Yeah, stop feeling bad. It's just a sign. It's good in a way when you're angry. That means you can now dig in and release some stuff, clear yourself.
And how do you help women do this work?
Um, they can work with, when I help women, basically they book a clarity call with me. And then if we
Right,
are a good fit, then we start doing work together. I have them work with me for 5 months because it's deep work. But they,
right.
every time they meet, they release something that has come up for healing. And invariably, something comes up before every session.
Do you have any specific techniques that you help women implement?
Mm, yeah, so basically, I have created a program from anger to peace.
Okay.
And using theta healing in every session, we find out the source of the anger and we release it. At the same time, I give them tips on Ayurveda
Mm-hmm.
because they need to take care of their doshas as well, the energy within them, which they can do on their own.
Do you have one or two tips that you might be able to share with us that we could
Yes.
use as
So,
actionable information? Because I think
yes,
it'd
yes,
be helpful.
totally.
It'd be amazing. Thank you. You
I
are so
think,
beautiful. You're wonderful.
no, thank you. Sure. Thank you for asking. Definitely. So we have this energy of vata, which is space and air, which can make us very erratic in our behavior. So one tip is definitely we should never have ice. Enough people drink so much ice and it messes with our digestion. So to calm our mind, warm water works really well.
Hmm.
Very simple tip,
I
but it
love that.
really, yeah, very quickly you feel a difference in your mind. So one is warm water. And the other one is sleeping on time because sleep is so important. A good sleep is equivalent to enlightenment.
Say that again.
Good sleep is equivalent to enlightenment.
Huh.
Yep.
Well, it certainly makes
And
sense.
right? And what happens is around 11 p.m., we have a second wind, and it's very hard to sleep.
Ah, is that why I'm up? Is that why if I don't go to bed before that, or I get the second wind, oh my God,
Ex-
you're hearing
exactly.
through. Yes,
Exactly.
my goodness,
Exactly.
right, and I can't break it.
Exactly. And if you notice, if you don't sleep well, the whole day is messed up. You're getting angry, reacting, your mind feels foggy, you're slow, you can't get through your to do list, which makes you more frustrated. So now you're more angry. So it's really a vicious cycle.
It is a vicious cycle. Yeah, I work with women that have cancer, and we have every day, everybody starts their day first thing with warm water and some lemon in it. It's the first thing that we do. And I was actually on a webinar that was given for it with Deepak Chopra, and he talked about starting your day
Mm.
with warm water and lemon. And so did the neurologist who was running this talk. So this is amazing. Let me just say to everybody that's here, you are so right on target. I really encourage everybody to start their day like that, like that.
Mm.
And any any other tips maybe to how how can we let go of some of this? Not only
Mm.
going from releasing the anger, but to forgiveness. That's a hard one for me. And, I would think that I'm sure the women that are here and the women that are with us today, we're all of the mama bear species, really. And whether we have children or not, we're still those women. And how do we get past the anger and really go into forgiveness? Because sometimes I just don't want to forgive, even though I know it's for me and not for them. Any tips for
Beautiful.
that? Yeah.
Totally, Elaine. I love all your questions.
Oh, thank you. I told you I was right in the middle of the soup.
No, it's perfect, really. So, the biggest aha moment I had in my own journey was that anger is serving us. Anger serves us.
Uh-huh.
For example, if someone does wrong to me, I will hold anger against them because it keeps me safe.
Say that again.
Suppose someone has wronged me.
Okay.
I will hold that anger because now I don't need to meet them. I will say, oh, they were so mean to me. I don't need to interact with them. I will have boundaries. I don't need to meet them. I'll justify to myself that I can stay away and cut off my ties with them.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm scared that they'll hurt me again if I interact with them.
Hmm. Wow, that's a big one. Just thank you for that. Right.
Yeah? So
Yeah.
it is serving me because it's keeping me safe. If I forgive them, I can be hurt again.
This is really very powerful because being in that state of anger, I mean, it can be dangerous. But I
It
love the fact
is.
if we stay there, but I love the fact that you say that it's bringing up the answers. It's, like in my, for me, I kind of look at, because I'm in healing, I look at the wisdom of the body and look for the
Mhm.
symptoms that to unpack and reverse engineer. And you're looking at what's triggering us into anger and reverse engineering that. So I think I'm hearing that the answers are really in the anger that we're experiencing.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's great if you're angry, and it's great that if you want to come on the other side,
Of
because
getting on
that
the
is
other.
going to give you all the ammunition to understand what's going on within.
So if someone is excuse me, if someone is kind of in a situation, they are experiencing this, is there like something that we could turn to immediately? And maybe it's the warm water. I mean, something that will calm
Mhm.
us down, or some way that we can ask, is there a question we can ask ourselves, or that we can
Yeah.
stop and would get us present?
Yes, yes. I think usually, in my own experience, when we get triggered, it's very hard to do anything at that time. It's very hard
Dangerous, yeah.
because we don't remember to breathe, we don't remember the countdown, we are just too triggered,
Mhm.
right? So, the only thing I could do is maybe move away from the situation physically, go to a different room.
Hmm.
Although that was also hard for me. I found only throwing things calm me down. So
I love it.
that
Did
was my,
everybody know to get out of your way and duck?
yeah,
I
I
love
think I just taught them what to do. And I was really good at not aiming at them also.
right.
So they had to stay right where they were. um,
But you
but
just said something.
I,
You
I
just
have,
said something about
hmm,
counting, like counting
huh.
down or something.
People count down, right? 10 to 1 and all that. But I could never do any of this. My meditation didn't help me, yoga didn't help me, nothing helped me. When you are triggered, you are just triggered. Nothing helped me at all. So, what I found is that maybe after you're triggered, sitting with yourself and noticing what made you triggered, right? Thinking about
Mhm.
that, noticing what shifted in your body. So, if you think about the incident, you will notice something shifts in your body somewhere. If you are holding it in your heart, okay, you feel it in your heart, and then you ask yourself, how is this serving me? How is this anger serving me? What am I getting out of it?
Mm.
Maybe it's that when I yell, my children behave properly.
Oh, wow, listen to you. Wow. Okay.
Huh? Maybe it triggered a soft spot when I was young. Something had happened that people didn't listen to me, and I thought my voice doesn't matter. And now I've been reminded that my voice doesn't matter,
Hmm.
right? So, what is it that really is getting triggered to find that deeper feeling under the anger, to understand how it's serving you, and then ask yourself if you're ready to release that.
Wow. I could speak with you for hours. I wish we had more time, and we have an absolute full house here. So
Yeah,
you have a gift for everybody? You have a gift for us?
I do. I do actually. It's an anger checklist that I've created
That's awesome.
because even some foods can make us more angry. And it could be our emotions, it could be something in ancestral. So I
Uh-huh.
have just a list. Whenever you're angry, after that, you can sit with the list and have an idea. Oh, maybe it's this reason why I got so angry. It
Hmm.
helps you get more awareness into what might be going on.
Wow. Now, everybody in the chat, there is the link to the gift. So be sure to save the chat. There's a link to the anger checklist, which I am clearly going to get right away. And I can't thank you enough. I want to really encourage everybody to get this gift because I'm actually touched a lot by what you're doing. You made it clear that this is such an important time in history, generational history, universal history for women, that I personally want to thank you for the work that you're doing because it's really huge. And everybody go into the link. I've already gotten mine. And if you want to connect, then you go to support at erfsummit.com. Again, it's in the chat. Go to the top right of the chat. There's 3 dots. Click on it and save the chat because what you've done with us today, I really feel will have ripples beyond anything that you'll ever know about. I think that what you did with us today was that powerful and that important. And I
Oh,
personally want to thank you. I think it's a big deal at a big time for women, and I want to encourage everybody. And we've got a couple of sessions left. Everybody get in the next few sessions. And do you want to leave us with just a parting thought?
mm, sure. Be kind to yourself.
I love it. Be kind to yourself.
Yes.
Thank you. That is absolutely beautiful. Yes, Teresa. Tessa, sorry. Yes, be kind to yourself. I do a lot of that work now, and I'm just thrilled to have met you, and I'm thrilled with everything that you've given us here. So go ahead and get your get your checklist, and let's put it to work.
Mm.
And I think together that we have a big impact to make. I want to thank all of you joining us. I want to thank you so much for your wisdom and sharing from your heart. And I guess it's a wrap. Thank you so much. You are just beautiful and you're amazing. Thank you.
Thank you, Elaine. Likewise, I would say that for you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone.
Wow, that was an amazing speaker. For replays of this talk and all the talks, plus an incredible gift bundle, upgrade to VIP now. If you have any questions or problems during the summit, you can always email our support team at support@voicesofwomensummit.com. Stay tuned. We have another fantastic speaker coming right up.